Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Allahumma salli ala sayyidina Muhammadin abdika wa rasulika nabiyyi wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa sallam. Asyhadu an la ilaha illallah, asyhadu anna Muhammadan Rasulullah. All the wisdom comes from Allah. La hawla wa la quwwata illa billah. The matters I want to talk to you about, the thing that I want to talk to you about, is to do with Muamalaat and riba. You know perfectly well that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has said, halalahu al-bay' wa haram al-riba. We know that the riba is haram. And we know we have to get rid of riba. We know the banks have to go. We know what is haram. But we have little understanding of what is halal. What is the alternative? When we want to eliminate the banks, what do we want instead? If we want to eliminate the US dollar, what is instead? So the focus of my talk, the focal point, is what is halal? What is the economic system of Islam? First, let's be absolutely clear on the matter of riba. It is haram, and there is no doubt about it. It is confirmed by the Quran, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the Quran himself. It is confirmed in the Sunnah. It is confirmed in the faith. Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, riba is 40 times worse than sexual intercourse with your mother. It is considered the biggest crime in Islam after shirk. And yet, what you have to do is to look around and to see that this country, this dear country of Pakistan, has been the victim of riba, just like any other one. We have been looking that way, and the time has come to confront it. The matter of riba is now in the courts, and the people have said the riba has to go. But the problem is that we do not have an alternative. Is there an alternative? Some people say there is no alternative. Islam doesn't have an economic model, they say. This is what the British said about that. When they came to civilize us. Because we didn't have history according to them. Of course we have a model. We have a model for 1,400 years. Islam has existed before riba. We have a system without riba. And this is the model that we want to reinforce. So what is this model about? So I'm going to show you a little example of what this model is. This is a dinar, a gold dinar. This coin here is a 10 Dirham coin. This is made of silver, and this is made of gold. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentions in Quran the dinar and the dirham. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala doesn't mention in Quran the US dollar. The US dollar is not our currency. The US dollar is a fraud. It is a piece of paper with no backing. It can be produced only by one country, United States. They can literally give pieces of paper, and we gave them oil, aluminium, gas, jeans, electrical equipment, etc. They give us back pieces of paper. When they want more, they print more dollars. You don't need to be a genius to understand that in these circumstances, they win all the time. Since Obama came to power, it is conservatively estimated that at least 10 trillion US dollars, new US dollars, have been created by the United States. All Obama had to do is to press a button. You see? They press a button and they have 10 trillion US dollars. With these 10 trillion US dollars, they can buy the national gross product of Pakistan for the next 20 years. So if you are wondering why the United States doesn't conquer us, it's because they don't need to. They've already done it. As long as we accept riba, as long as we accept their paper money, they already conquered us. Not in our land, in our pockets, and in our heads. In the year 2000, I met the Prime Minister of Malaysia, Dr. Mahathir Mohamad. And I said to him what I just said to you. I said, Dinar and Dirham. He's not an economist. He's a medical doctor. And he understood. He understood immediately. And the same day I talked to him, he called the press and he said, the dinar and the dirham must become the currency of the Ummah. And Dr. Mahathir became the first spokesman, the first political leader, the second political leader, in fact, to support the gold dinar. If you Google Islamic gold dinar, you will see two names, Dr. Mahathir and the second is me. What Dr. Mahathir said is that why do we sell our resources for pieces of paper? Why the United States have this privilege? We should bring our own currency, like the Europeans. They have the euro. The Muslim nation should have his own currency. He was the second leader. The first one was Najmuddin Erbakan, when he was the Prime Minister of Turkey. I was also fortunate to be the person to talk about gold dinar. So what is the idea? The idea is that we have our own currency with no inflation. One chicken at the time of Rasul cost 1 dirham. Today, you can buy in Pakistan one chicken for 1 dirham. After 1,400 years, This is wonderful. After 1,400 years, the value of things has inflation zero. Inflation zero. This currency that you know very well, you know which country it comes from? Not the familiar, I'm sure. The people in this country, they suffer an inflation of 20%. The people in this country, they have no choice. They are told by the Haram State Bank of Pakistan. Yeah, you heard me well. The Haram State Bank of Pakistan. It's Haram. It's not Islamic bank. It's a Haram. It says here, Haram State Bank of Pakistan. The Haram is missing, but it's there. They cheat you and it stops your businessman and it stops your trade, and you could prosper, but you are being drained by a hull of river. You cannot trade with this thing internationally. You know very well. When you go out to trade with it, you can't. The Americans can come here and buy everything you do. Everything. With a green piece of paper. But try to go to the United States with this. Go there with the rupees. Go to the United States and say, I want to buy this. What will they say to you? What will they say to you? They will never say, what is this funny paper? Who is this person? They go, what is this country from? Is it in Africa? Because the Americans are ignorant, totally. They will treat it like a piece of paper. So why they treat our currency like a piece of paper, and we have to treat their currency like if it was gold itself? So here's the first part. The currency of Islam is not the US dollar, is not the rupee, is the dinar and the dirham. This is confirmed also in the Quran. Allah mentions dinar and dirham. The payment of zakat, the nisab of zakat, is calculated in dinar and dirham. According to the one of the most important muftasirs in our religion, Al-Qurtubi, it is obligatory to the Amir, obligatory to meet the dinar and the dirham. Obligatory. Among the 7 obligations of the Sultan, the first one is the minting of dinar and dirham. But he cannot impose the dinar and the dirham. What Islam says about money is what he says about trade. Tijaratun a'an taradin minkum. Trade with mutual consent. Inasmuch as I cannot say to you, I am the only person in Sialkot to sell chapati, and my chapati costs 10,000 rupees. That's not trade. If I'm the only one, and I can impose the price, that's not trade. That's extortion, or fraud, whatever you want to call it. That's not trade. Trading requires mutual consent. And so is money. Money is part of trading. For 5,000 years, money is part of trading. So what Islam says about money, what is the Sharia says about money? It says freedom. Freedom. The government doesn't have the authority to impose any commodity, copper, not even gold and silver, not even the dinar and the dirham, not even that. The people in Medina, they use dinars and dirhams and dates and barley and everything they wanted to for thousands of years. The Tuareg have been using salt as currency. It's perfectly fine, as long as commonly accepted, as long as the people are free to choose. These and all the paper currencies, they only have value only if the government says to you, you have no choice. You have no choice on the matter. And you have no choice on this matter. By law, you have no choice. You have to use your Pakistani and you have to use this. Tough luck. But they promise to pay. They say, I'm going to pay 1,000 rupees. Do you know what a rupee is? Have you ever seen a rupee? I'm going to show you a rupee. This is a rupee. This is a Mughal rupee. It's a silver coin. It has a value of approximately 3 dirhams. This is somewhere in the range of 2,000 rupees. Each one is a coin. This is a rupee. So, when the Haram State Bank of Pakistan promised to you to pay 1,000 rupees, you should go there and you should say, give me 1,000 coins. What will happen if you do that? They will say, there is no 1,000 rupees. We are not going to pay you. This is the 1,000 rupees. Not this. This is the 1,000 rupees. And if you insist, they will put you in jail for demanding what is promised here. I promise to pay 1,000 rupees. But it's not that they are not paying now. They never had the intention of paying you back. Because the model, this is how they rule. The pound, the English pound, is a pound of sterling silver too. You could go to the Bank of England. You go to the Bank of England in the old days, and you could get 1 pound of silver. But the State Bank of Pakistan never had the intention of paying you the rupees. Never. Not now, not in the past, never. And now this is the moral judgment. Since I started talking up until now, all the rupees that you have in your pocket, they have lost value. The money in your pocket has lost value. You have been robbed. Inflation is theft. Theft. It's a theft of the people. It's a robbery of the people. But nobody talks about it. I am probably the first person in Sialkot to tell you this. And I will say it again, clearly, so that you can understand me. Inflation is theft. 20% theft. And it punishes your people, the poor among you, worse than anybody else. And it's part of riba. And we have to get rid of it. Now most of you know that riba is haram. Because you are all Muslims, and I can see your faces. You love Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, like I do. You love Allah. There is no doubt about it. There is no other country like Pakistan. No other. But if I ask you a difficult question, if I say to you first, do you think riba is haram? All of you, without exception, will say it's haram. Is there somebody here who has any doubt? Is there any one of you who thinks the riba is not haram? No, none of you. But now this is the difficult question. What have you done yesterday against the riba? What have you done? Nothing. How about the last week? How about in the last month? What have you done in the last year against the riba? What have you done in your entire life against the riba? Do you know that Allah has declared war on riba? Harb min Allahi wa Rasulih. In which side are you? This is the difficult question. I know what you say. I know you say riba is haram, but what have you done? Allah is not going to judge. He's not quizzed. What do you think about riba? He's going to see what you have done by your actions. But I have not come here to give you difficult questions. I have come here to give you hope, to tell you that this is a great city. Sialkot is a great city. You have done great things. It's a successful city. Your dry port is a great achievement. Your airport is magnificent. It's a city that it has prosperity, it has industry. You are an example for the country. But I'm telling you, you could go further. You're being restrained. You are being restrained artificially by riba. For the purpose, the alternative to riba is trading. Allah says clearly, حَلَلَهُ الْبَيْعَ وَحَرَامُ الرِّبَى. Trading is halal. So we know what is haram, but we have to bring the alternative. Trading is halal. Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, 9/10 of the risk as in provision, 9/10 of the provision of man comes from trading. But what have we done to trade? I live in Kant, in Lahore, 200 meters away from my house. There is a Carrefour. Carrefour is called Hyperstar. It's a French supermarket. We don't have Islamic supermarkets, like we don't have Islamic banks. What is the model of Islam? I said to you, Muamalaat. You heard me. Muamalaat. Muamalaat is the model. What is the most important institution in Muamalaat? It's not the gold dinar. The gold dinar is important. By the way, I want you to pass this Dinar and Dirham around. I want you to touch it. I want you to feel it. This is the currency. I promise to you this will be the currency of the children. Hopefully it will be your currency. These coins have the same weight and the same size as established by Omar ibn Khattab. The same weight and the same size. It's called the mithqal. The weight of the dinar is the mithqal. And in his Muqaddimah, it was said that you cannot change the weight of the dinar and the dirham. It must be the same because it's part of the wajib. Because Allah mentioned in Quran, dinar. So these goals are the ones that they were used in Medina. One single currency, one dinar, one ummah. Finished. Look, I trade with Malaysia. You are traders. You have to trade with a Muslim brother in Malaysia. You have to go rupee, US dollar, ringgit, and back again, ringgit, US dollar, rupee. What is this magical intervention of the gold of the US dollar? If I want to bring money from Malaysia to here, I have to go through the intermediation of a bank in New York. You know what I'm talking about.
Oh, yes.
Why? Because we accept it, we don't accept it. It's irrational. And somebody has to say it's irrational. So we say it's irrational. The dinar and the dirham that you have in your hands is the same in Malaysia. Gold is the same in Malaysia, in Pakistan, in Morocco, in South Africa, even in the North Pole. Because gold is a commodity. It's real, like potatoes. So let me go back. Please circulate the coins, touch them, because when the light comes, the darkness disappears. I only warn you of one thing. When you have these coins in your hands, next time you look at these, you are not going to look at it the same way.
Sure.
The most important institution of Muamalaat, the most important thing, the most important priority for the people of Sialkot, is the building up of the souk of Sialkot. When Rasul went to Medina, the first thing he did was a market. There's a mosque, and then he built a market. Mosque and market, mosque and market. Throughout the history of Islam, throughout all our history, the Muslims have repeated this pattern. Mosque and market. Mosque and market. Rasul he made the rules of the market. The rules of the market of Medina. We know everything about it. First of all, he said, the marketplace is regulated like the masjid. In other words, everybody has access to the souk. There is no membership. Imagine that you go to the mosque and somebody stays at the door saying, where's your pass? Where's your membership? There's no such thing. It will be considered unthinkable to us. The mosque is open to the people. Everybody can come. The same with the souk. Rasul said, the souk cannot have any fee or tax imposed on the people. Like there is not a tax to go to the mosque. Nobody asks you, have you paid the July deal? So it's the same with the marketplace. The marketplace is open to the people. There is no shops in the souk. Like there is not a shop in the masjid. You cannot go to the masjid and I write in the floor, this is the place for Omar. I'm coming here to pray Asr. You cannot do that. You cannot put a jab or a book or mark the place. Omar ibn al-Khattab, he saw one Bedouin putting a jab into the marketplace to reserve the place. He ordered that man to be thrown out of the market. Another Bedouin, they put a tent, but he fixed the tent. He nailed it down. He ordered to burn the tent and to throw that treasure out. This is the law of Muamalaat. The law taught you this. The marketplace is the beginning of trading. We have made trading almost impossible. Almost impossible. There's a little bit left, but almost impossible. Instead of halalahul bay'a wa haramul riba, what we have done is haramul bay'a wa halalahul riba. Riba is halal everywhere. But trading has become difficult. And you know, because you are a businessman. It has become difficult. The heart, the most important institution in Muamalaat is the marketplace. Do you have any marketplace here? You have things you call markets, but they are not markets. I will show you, I will tell you why it's not a market. Because the marketplace must have free space. It's like a mosque. When the people come to the mosque and there is the city grows, what do? You build another mosque. But if you don't build another mosque, what will happen? The people will not be able to come to the mosque. Then you will have to say, well, only 500 people, 500 families can come to the mosque. The others, they have to ask these people to pray for them. That is absurd, right? The same with trading. Trading must be accessible to everybody. A poor must be able to make a soup and go to the marketplace and earn a living. I don't know in Sialkot, but Lahore is full of people in the streets selling you anything, from flowers to newspapers to everything. They are asking for a place to trade, but we don't give it to them. The sign that trading has been abolished is the end of the caravans. Markets and caravans. The caravan is mentioned in Quran. The caravan of summer and the caravan of winter. Where are the caravans? The caravans have disappeared. They have disappeared. Because if you don't have a marketplace to go to, you cannot organize a caravan. The largest, one of the most famous markets in Islam was the Kapali Çarşı in Istanbul, the Grand Bazaar. And many of you, some of you have gone to Istanbul. I'm sure you have gone and visited the Grand Bazaar. It was built by the sultans of the Ottomans. It was free until one big shaitan called Ataturk took the waqf of the people. It was a waqf. Like the mosques are waqf, the markets are waqf. He took the waqf and he transformed it into a mall with rents for a few. The market of Istanbul was built on 40 hectares. That's 400,000 square meters. I don't know how many canals, but this is a lot of canals. This is the size of the marketplace. If the marketplace was the life of Medina. It's the prosperity of Medina. It allowed other people to come and trade in Medina. And in exchange, the people of Medina visited other markets. So by doing that, the caravans were full. And the people of Medina went to Syria. And the people of Syria came to Medina. All that resulted in wealth. You have an airport here. You have a dry port. You have the basics. To use that and transform the world. Bring a clean currency. that everybody in the world can trade. The Dinar of Sialkot. And the souk of Sialkot, beside the airport. And let the people come and trade with you in our currency, stronger than the US dollar. And we go and visit them. For the way of Islam, it has advanced with trading. The first people to come to these lands were traders. The Dawah that brought Islam to Indonesia and Malaysia, they were traders, Yemeni traders. With trading, we will Islamize Europe. We are already halfway through. We have billions of Muslims there. We have planted the Muslims already in Europe. As one wali of Allah said, Europe is pregnant with Islam. I'm one of the babies. The first generation of people, many like me. Islam is the fastest growing religion in Western Europe. I was the first one in my city. I come from the capital of the Basque country, in the north of Spain, a city the size of Sialkot. And I was the first people from my city ever to enter into Islam. But now we have 3 mosques. After 25 years, 3 mosques in a city that never heard about Islam. Islam is growing fast, but we can benefit from the wisdom of Muamalaat. We build a market in Sialkot and we build markets in Europe. When you want to sell your jeans and your product, you don't have to ask permission to Tesco or the big chains in Europe. We have our own market. We build markets. Markets is the way of expansion. When you trade, you go all together, caravans, help each other, collaborate. The same collaboration you have to build this airport and this dry port. Come together. And Sialkot can become the key to transform the world. Teach the world what currency is. Teach them what trading is. Welcome them to come to trade with us. And in exchange, we ask them to give us permission to trade with them. Dinars, souks, and caravans. This is the heart of trade. I have come here not to make you feel bad about bread. That's not my business. That's Allah's business. You have to talk to Him about that. I've come here to tell you that this is a splendid place to change the world. And you will say to me, somebody will surely say, but Sialkot is too small. And I will say to that person, Medina was smaller. Medina al-Munawwara was smaller than Sialkot. And they were poorer than you. If you compare, you think you are poor here. The Medinans were much poorer than we are today. Much poorer. The Sahaba, they found themselves restrained in eating. But I don't see. I see your bellies and you eat very well. Sialkot can do it. But not for itself. Sialkot is too small to free yourselves. But you are big enough to free the world. Trust Allah. Trust. Trust them. Even if you do not understand. Trust that there is a way of Allah. Obey Him. Even if you do not understand. Do what He has asked you to do. Even if you think you can't. Do it. For there is wisdom in acting. And if you do it with sincerity, Allah will give you the wisdom, the understanding, the path will show you is possible. For certainly, what is halal is possible. Certainly. And if you cannot see it, if you cannot see that what is halal is possible, if you cannot see it, then Rumi, the famous wali of Turkey, he said, hit your head against the wall. Because it's not working. And if you can still not see it, if you don't see it still, then hit harder, he says. Of course it's possible. Of course it's possible. Of course we can dream. Islam is not an ideology. It's a reality. It's not a utopia. It has already existed. It was with us. We lost it. But it's with us. We know the methods. Don't you care? Some people have come to me since I came to Pakistan and they say, but the Americans will do this and will do that. Don't fear the Americans. Fear Allah. There is no la hawla wa la quwwata illa the United States. That is not true. It's la hawla wa la quwwata illa billah. Only Him. I promise you that if you trust Allah and you obey Him, success will come to you. For it's not my promise, but His promise to you. Obey Allah. Let's get rid of riba. Like the people in Medina throw the wine in the streets when the prohibition came. Let's do the same. Let's bring the matter forward. In Sialkot, this is the place. I see barakah here. You have good hearts. Teach the nation. You must become the show, the model to liberate Pakistan. Bring the currency from here. And then we invite Nawaz Sharif to come and see the Dinar of Sialkot. And we will ask Nawaz Sharif, please come and use our Dinar. So that they can learn. For they have fear in their hearts. But there is no fear of this world. If you have fear of Allah, fear Allah and nothing will come in between you and Him. For fear is itself liberation from the prison of your fear. Free yourself from it by acting, not talking. You have already said enough times to your children, trade is haram. You already said it enough times. That's proven. It's the time to do something. And you do something by creating the alternative. Halalahul bayt. And this is a city of trade. This is an excellent place to show the entire Pakistan how it can be done. Like I did it in Malaysia. This Dinar is needed by the government of Canada. It's not a small regional province in the city of Godavari. Just one city. We took one city and we started trading with Dinar. We took 10,000 shops with on a sticker. We put the sticker, we accept Dinar and Dirham, like Visa and MasterCard. But instead of haram, we give them the halal. And we have halal money. And the people were using our currency. And we have debit cards, not credit cards, but debit cards. And you can have an account, not in a bank, but in a wadiya. We don't have banks in Islam, we have wadiya. Wadiya safekeeping. You can have accounts in Dinar and Dirham, and you can trade. with dinars and dirhams. And we will make a wadiya of Sialkot. And we will make a repository of gold dinars in Sialkot. A Baitul Mal of Sialkot. And let the people in the whole country trade with the dinars and the debit cards that we create in Sialkot. Let's take the initiative and fix them. It is all in your hands. Allah has not put a duty upon us that we cannot fulfill. Remember that. And I know that many of you will say, but this is not possible. What this man is saying is not possible. It cannot be that easy. What he says is too easy. Just gold coins is going to change everything. The gold coins will not change everything, but it will change something fundamental. If the Muslims introduce the gold dinar, if we start trading in gold dinar, the US dollar will last 24 hours. This is to liberate the people of Pakistan, but the whole world. This is to liberate the American people. Do you know that today there are more people in the United States who think the US dollar is a fraud? There are more people in the United States who think the US dollar is a fraud than in Lahore or Karachi or Sialkot or Saudi Arabia. They are saying it's haram. They have no alternative. But they're saying it's haram and we are saying it's halal. What's wrong with us? Where's our courage? Don't look at your hands. You can be dead already. But not as in the future. When Allah says, I have declared war, He's already dead right now. But not right now. But when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, I have declared war on riba. There is no power in riba. No power. It's a ruin. It doesn't work. We are following a system that doesn't work. We are following a system that is in ruin. Europe is in ruins. This is worthless. The dollar is worthless. The Americans are very powerful if we believe the dollar has wealth. But if we say it's a piece of paper, then they become the biggest, most indebted country in the world. It depends on us. It depends on us. And it depends on us in as much as we are ready for Him. We are the slaves of Allah. The sovereignty belongs to Allah. Belongs to Allah alone. Sovereignty belongs to Allah alone. It's in the Constitution of Pakistan. Sovereignty belongs to Allah. So, what more do we need? Let's act upon it. Let's bring this matter forward. For all my message to you today